Hey guys, welcome back to Lynch's Garage. Didn't do any work on the RS Camaro today. Was kind of busy. I did up another song and posted it up on my other YouTube channel, uh, YouTube at Ron Lynch 7744. So yeah, and one thing I found out, I plugged my acoustic guitar into the amp here just to give a little more little sound on this particular song, and uh, and it was crackling, moving the jack on the amp and moving the jack in the guitar and the bottom. It was all crackling and stuff like that. And I thought, well, I know I got contact cleaner in the cabinet over there, but some of that contact cleaner is pretty powerful stuff, man. It'll eat plastic and melt stuff. And I thought, I won't take a chance and ruining my Fender Junior Blues amp. That's $600 amp or whatever. Anyway, so I look up on the phone there and I search, and guess what came up? Yeah, that miracle fluid, liquid, whatever you want to call it. I sprayed some of that in the amp jack and in the guitar jack, a little bit on the jack that slides in itself, the end of the jacks, and then move them around a bit. Let it dry for maybe 2 minutes. No more crackle. Gone. It's all gone. So I tell you, this stuff does everything. Anyway, so what I got here, I thought I'd start with a little shot here, and it's from the Tin Roof Distillery in Lunenburg. And they make this stuff. It's a family of three that makes it, and they got their own shop down there. And it's ultrasonically made, so it speeds up the process quite a bit. And we can have different flavors, cherry, oak, whatnot. This particular one here is oak, smoked oak, and it's a rather good whiskey, rye whiskey. Um, Very tasty. Got it this summer down there when we were traveling with our friends Cindy and Andrew. Uh, but Cindy and Andrew for Christmas got me this glass, and if you can see it, it's a whiskey glass that's tilted, and it's supposed to aerate the whiskey and help with the taste of it. So you can just pour a little in. It's not going to tip over. Just a little bit like that. Put that in there. I do have some Guinness in there. I have a Guinness here soon. But try this, and it just let it flow around. You can rock it around like that. Well, it doesn't. It's great. Gets it all mixed around good, and take a drink. So I'll have a sip here and see what it's like. Oh yeah, yeah. Best thing on a Friday, as you guys know, working for the man. You know what I mean? Every Friday, when Friday comes around, we all feel like that, don't we? We feel like, I know I did back in the day, that Friday came around. I thought this is the best day of the week, bar none, because it's the end of the week, and you're gonna have 2 days, and you say to yourself, "Thank God I'm out of here." And we all do it, no matter how good you think your job is. You end up, you end up saying that at one point or the other. I know I did. I had a great job, but there were days. But, so, like I say, this is story night. So, well, before we get into the stories, I had a parcel delivered today. Actually, it was at the mailbox in one of the boxes I had opened up. the larger box at the mailbox unit there. And look what I got. Can't believe it. I didn't think it was ever going to come. There it is. Firewall insulation. Right there, you can see the silver part in there. And didn't they give me an extra 2 feet? I knew it was 16 inches this way, but it's written here on here. I haven't measured it, but it says 16 by 7. They gave me an extra 2 feet. I need that because 5 feet was going to be tight with all the curves and stuff around there. I didn't know if I was going to make it with 5 feet. So that's good. They gave me extra. That's awesome. And my last item, I was waiting to come in, was this little rig here. I thought it was coming from the States. I don't know. On Amazon, it looked like it was a product from the States. No, it was from France. Anyway, it's Texaco filling station. The plate on it says Route 66. It's a cool little sticker. You can stick it on your car window, like on the side window or whatever. It's an outside decal. I don't know how long it would last like that, but it might last a bit. I think I'm gonna do it. I don't care, it's not expensive decal. On the back quarter window on this side, the window on this back quarter is just small, but this thing fits in it perfectly with a little bit of gap around, and seems appropriate because the gas cap is on that side. I might stick that on there just for the heck of it. It might only last a few months. In the summer, it might fall off. Someone might steal it, whatever. Anyway, so that's cool. What else? So that's the items that came in. Oh, they gave me one of these too. Like a roller, special hard plastic roller to put the matting on. It's got real sticky stuff on the other side when you peel the backing off. But I don't know if I'll be able to use this in a lot of places there because it sort of tucks in down underneath, right? But anyway, it's cool. So let's get to the first story. Yeah, another couple Vega stories, That's some smooth, man. That's smooth stuff. Anyway, the first one, it's just a bit of a preamble. The first story does take place. Kind of weird. It does. It's like 50 years almost to the day. I know it was in January. I know that for a fact, but and it wasn't a weekend. It was definitely through the work week, and I'm thinking it was a Friday. I don't know why. I was thinking it was a Friday. Like right now, it's Friday. It could have been the 16th. I don't know. It could have been the week after, but I know it wasn't early July. It was either mid or the third week. But that's where the story starts there. Now, to give a little preamble to the story, I'm going to talk about a friend and that lived down the street on Simon Street in Dartmouth. He was just like, if you got Victoria Road there and you start to go down Simon Street, he wasn't the one on the corner. He was the next house. That was Kenny Rollins. Yeah. So back when we were 14, I guess, I finished up on my paper route. When I was 14, he was 14 also, probably just, I don't know, a month and a half behind me. He's probably born in April, I'm guessing. And I was born in February. But so we both got jobs at the Capital stores. Capital Store Grocery right on Alber Lake Road, right where the Victoria Road meets it, like right on the corner, in behind the gas station that's there now. It was a big, well, not a big grocery store, but it was sort of like today's Low Food or something. It was just like more cost effective to go there and shop. My parents went there and all that. So what happened there, we started out when we were carryout boys, right? So as a carryout boy, you weren't qualified to be in the aisles stocking shelves. You had to work your way up. You usually didn't get that. You had to work there for probably a year to get to do that. Anyway, me and Kenny, we were just carryout boys and packers. We packed all the groceries in the brown paper bags, stuff like that. But there was this girl, I'll tell you, uh, her name was Diane, and she worked the cash. She might have been a year older than me and Kenny. I think she was probably about a year, maybe 2 years older, something like that. Anyway, me and Kenny, we used to fight each other to get to her station or cash checkout if we seen a cart going along and heading toward her checkout, both be running, pushing each other out of the way to try to get to her area to beg the groceries. We wanted to be close to her, and good reason. She was a very good looking girl. Her name was Diane Rex, blonde hair, good looking girl, and we used to call her Sexy Rexy. I think a lot of the people there called her that. Anyway, so that's a preamble to that. Uh, so let's throw the time tunnel, punch in the date. I would say 1976. That would be January, let's say 16th, just like it is today. That's 50 years ago. And I got the little Vega sitting in the backyard. And it's looking something like this. It's not faced this way, it's turned around, I believe. This is my sister and her friend, Tracy, right there. So it's just like a dark green, factory dark green Vega. Nothing's been done to it at all. And so I believe it was a Friday, like I said, and I think I get a call from Kenny, and he says, I want to come up and see your car, man." I said, "Okay, yeah, I'm around. I'm around." It's probably around, I think it's around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. My parents have already went back to work. They come home for lunch. They always came home for lunch, but they went back to work. They both worked for the Department of Housing of Nova Scotia. They were on Portland Street, where the old Royal Bank building is. That's where they worked. So yeah, so he comes up and he's walking around the car, man. He's looking at it. He's, oh my God, I can't believe I got a car, right? And he's looking at the car. He's walking all around. I pop the hood, lift the hood up, show him the engine. It's not much. It's just a little four banger, 140 cubic inch, or be 2,300 cc's, 2.3 liter, right? And he's looking at it, and I shut the hood down. He goes, "Man, be decent if we could go for a ride, man. If we could take this out." And I don't need much to twist my rubber arm. And then I start thinking, well, it's got a plate on it, and it was registered because it was plated and registered in my mother's name. So, of course, I can get the cheap insurance that way. So I'm thinking it over, and I go, "Kenny, maybe, yeah, we could, yeah, we can do it. Let's do it." And I'm shitting bricks because I haven't driven on the street before. Never drove a car on the street. So he hops in the passenger side. I start the thing up. I start pulling out, and I'm looking both ways. Woodland Avenue can be busy sometimes, man. Cars just revving up there all the time. I'm looking out. It's not real busy that day. And okay, we pull out. Way I go up the hill. I make a right, and I go down toward Micmac Mall. We go down the hill by Micmac Mall. I'm keeping her in my lane. I'm doing all right. Go down past Micmac, and then okay, we're going to make another right there. We're going to go up through Creighton Park, go through Creighton Park, all the different roads through Creighton Park to get us back down to, I believe it was Frederick Street, which also ends up right on to Woodland Avenue. Yeah, so and I'm just shitting bricks the whole way. I'm thinking, I'm gonna get pulled over. I know it, because there was a lot of police presence back in the day, because it was Dartmouth police. They had their own force, and there was a lot more cars on the road back then than there is now. So, I'm sweating bullets, and we make a right on Woodland Avenue, and I pull her into the driveway. Of course, I gotta do a 3-point turn in the backyard, turn it around to make it look like I didn't take it, because my parents would know for sure. And we made it back, and that was all right. It was, but kind of scary if you got no license, right? I didn't get my license until a couple months later. So the next story, I'm thinking it might have been Kenny again. This is where my memory kind of fades from me. Uh, it's probably spring of the same year, 1976, and it's dark. It's probably 8:30 or 9. It's definitely dark by then. Ah, nice. And so I decided, let's go down to the old Shannon Park School down there, Shannon Park area. And there's quite a big parking lot, huge parking lot up top above the school. School's sort of down here, and the parking lot's a little bit raised up. And it was all this real fine black, gravelly, it was like asphalt gravel or something like that. That seemed to be what was filling the whole parking lot. But it was quite a big area, and I thought that'd be a great place to do donuts and just spin the car out and spin around, and do a bunch of loops and zigzag and all that. So we got down there, and I started doing all these all these maneuvers, just walking on this little 4-cylinder, just coming onto her, and from the distance, uh, it was Kenny. Kenny could see the lights, police lights coming from the main drag over there, Windmill Road. He goes, "Ronnie, cops are coming." I said, "Cool, no problem." So what we did is I turned the headlights off right away. Bang, headlights off. I pulled in between two cars that were parked there already. And I said, okay, we're scrouched right down, man, scrouched right down below the windowsill. So we scrouched right down below the windowsill, and then we could see the friggin' lights, fucking cops going with the sirens going by. And yeah, they were looking for us, I think. Anyway, we waited. We must have sat there for, I don't know, a half hour, because we were scared shitless. We thought for sure we're going to get caught. We waited about a half hour, poked our heads up, looked around, nobody around. Start the car up, drove away. Made it. We made it. So that was quite freaky. What else do I got for a story? Probably it was in, when was that? So I turned 16 February 13th, and I booked the driver's test, I believe the third week of February. I booked the driver's test, and I wrote that. I passed. You had to write the driver's test, and I passed that. That was down on Wise Road, where the old Zellers used to be. There's a Shoppers Drug Mart there now. And then they booked me in for the drive, and I got to drive my own car. So I was in with this old fella. This old guy. I say old. He was probably only in his early 50s. Anyway, we're driving around Dartmouth and stuff like that, and he goes, "Okay, well, let's take this route. You're gonna go up. Now you're going to go up Alderney Drive. Alderney Drive. You're gonna go up by where the library is, because the library was much smaller then. It was up on the hill, uh, up there by Dartmouth Commons Park. So I'm driving up, and I'm seeing a brick wall, man, the curved, big, tall brick wall, and I'm thinking, I don't want to scrape the Vega all down the side of this friggin' wall. So I'm driving a little bit over to the left, more hugging the sort of like the center line thing. And I get around the wall and everything's safe. And I thought, I didn't hit the wall. That's good. We get back into the parking lot back there and shut the car off. But he's got his clipboard and he's checking things, looking at things. And I wait for what he says. And he goes, "You failed." I said, "What?" "You failed." I said, "Why did I fail?" He said, "You're driving too close to the center line." Yeah, because there was a fucking brick wall. I didn't want to hit the brick wall. Anyways, guess what? Had to go back a week later. And this time I don't think we took that route. Second time we didn't take that route. So that was good. We didn't take that route. So I did pass the second time. So just a technical thing, right? So yeah, that's really good stuff. Yeah, if you like whiskey, man, that wasn't that expensive either. I don't know if I paid $45 for it or something. Can't remember. Just excuse me for a sec. I'll get a Guinness here. Put this over here because I gotta have a Guinness. I always have Guinness on Friday night, and I have a Guinness on Saturday. Usually a few Guinness on there. So we'll move this bottle out of the way. Crack a Guinness in my father's old mug. You can see Reg on there. That's Dad's old mug. I think my sister must have got it for him for Christmas one year or something like that. But let's crack a Guinness. You guys crack whatever you want. Beer, wine, coffee. Maybe you have a whiskey. Who knows? Could be any drink. Could be a cooler. Oh, she's popping up there. Could be any drink you want. Yeah. So yeah, tomorrow probably get you back and we'll do a make one of the templates. Make one of the three firewall covers there. Trace it out, cut it out, see if we can make that happen. I think it'll cut pretty fine. It's only 5 millimeters thick. It's not that thick. So that's cool. Yeah, where was I going here now on this one? The next one was a nighttime one again, and I picked up a buddy that lived down the street from Kenny. He was on Simon Street too. He was down Simon Street where it kind of levels out, and he was on the left-hand side, not down the end of the street, but just up a ways. His name was Eric Cooper. And I picked. He wanted to go for a ride in it. I picked him up, and we were putting around Dartmouth there, and right there where, like I say, where Zeller's is, or Shoppers Drug Mart is now on Wise Road. It used to be the main bus terminal. Main bus terminal. And it was for a long time too, until they built this new metro one they have there now. And let's have a swig of Guinness. Cheers. Yeah, but they had freshly paved asphalt. It was just black as can be. It was perfect, and I thought we're going to do some burnouts. Of course, this little Vega is just an automatic, and So I'm sitting there, right, and I'm just revving her up, giving her the guts. I'm probably got the rev up to friggin' 4,000 RPM in neutral, and I drop it in drive, and it, she squeals like that, and I go, "Holy shit, that's cool! That is too cool. We should try that again." And then Eric goes, "Yeah, let's do that again. That really smoked the tires." So I did it again. Revved her right up, dropped her again. Starts spinning like, all of a sudden, clunk, 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 clunk. Wheel stopped spinning. You know what happened? All the gears, not all the gears, some of the gears in the rear end just exploded, just like chiclets. They just exploded, right? So she wasn't going anywhere. You put her in gear, she just, she wasn't, you couldn't drive it. Anyway, so I had to get it towed to Canadian Tire. I think it was up in Westfall back in the old days. Canadian Tire. So the guy puts it up on the hoist. He takes the back cover off it. Fluid starts pouring out. And he goes, "You might want to come and see this." I said, "What? What's going on?" He puts his hand in and starts scraping out all these gears with his hand, all these pieces of they're called the spider gears. They were like 2 gears up here and 2 gears here, like that work together, right? It just disintegrated every one of those gears. Now the main ring gear and the pinion gear that comes from the drive shaft, those were fine. It was the spider gears, they call them. So I had to go and get, I think Canadian Tire supplied those at that time. But I did spit out the next year when I put the V8 Vega or V8 283 engine in it. I did go through another couple sets of spider gears, just from walking on the car, just taking off fast, shifting in a second, anything. It would take a few times, maybe 20 times, and it would spit out the gears. So I would go to the junkyard and take some gears out of a crashed Vega or something, and I just pop them back in, and I'd be good to go. So yeah, that's how. Yeah, I just couldn't handle the power of the V8 engine. It wasn't meant to be. Yeah, so we'll have some more stories next time. Next Friday, we'll have some more stories. There's always different ones that pop into my head through the years. Things that happen. When you own a car, you got your own stories. Some good, some bad, but they're all stories. But yeah, so if you get a chance, you can watch the music video tonight, the song I did. Another thing I wanted to say, if you want to describe the girl, the easy way to describe the girl that worked at Capitol Stores, Diane, was to listen to Springsteen's song. You listen to Queen of the Supermarket. That describes Diane Rex to a T. Yeah, just everybody wanted to be her, grocery bag packer. So until next time, guys, take it easy. Enjoy the weekend and all that stuff, and I like each and every one of you to stay safe out there. You know what I mean. Thunder Road.